Three, two, one.
Today's learning, we are going to talk about philosophical foundation of education, Eastern philosophies, and that is Hinduism. Hinduism stands like a huge banyan tree, spreading its far-reaching branches over hundreds of sects, creed and domination, and covering with innumerable leaves all forms of worship, anti-dualistic, the qualified non-dualistic, and the monistic worship of the one supreme God, the worship of the incarnation God, and also hero worship, saint worship, ancestor worship, and the worship of the department spirit. It is based on the grand idea of universal receptivity. It receives everything. Hinduism is an Indian religion and dharma or a way of life. Hinduism is the main religion in India. It is the world's third largest religion with over 12 billion followers. The Hinduism population known as Hindus. The world's religious traditions were founded by renowned people. But Hinduism has no founding figure. Hinduism, it covers a diversity of views of the people of India. The term Hindu comes from the Persian word Hind, which was the name given to the Indus River region of northern India. Hinduism means the religion of the Indus River region. So, let's proceed to the sacred text. So Hindus has a sacred text. It is a large work called Vedas, which means bodies of knowledge. Vedas written between 1500 to 800 before Common Era in the ancient language Sanskrit. Hinduism evolved from the Vedic religion of ancient India. So Hinduism has two major branches, and that are Vaishnavism and Shaivism, each of which includes many different sects. To the Hindu philosophy. Hindu philosophical discussions emphasizing the pantheistic notion of the divine reality that permeates the cosmos. So, the Hindu name for this reality is the Atman and Brahman, literally meaning the self-God. And Hindu philosophy focuses on this concept, which are the Atman and Brahman. So, the Atman is our true self that lies at the inner core of our human identities. And it is only this inner core that is identical with God. Atman, it is like an onion with many layers of skin. So, our human identities also have different layers. The outer layers of our identities evolve common sense views of ourselves that we experience empirically, such as our individual physical bodies, sensations, thoughts, and feelings. The self-God is like the inner core of the onion, hidden beneath many distracting layers, and consequently, we fail to immediately comprehend the very existence of that inner core and our drive status. Hindu philosophy. The Hindu philosophy, it is emphasizing the notion of divine reality. So, the Hindu call this reality into Atman and Brahman, which the Hindu world view is grounded in the doctrines of Samara which means the cycle of rebirth, and karma, the universal law of cause and effect, and fundamentally holds the one's actions, including one's thoughts, directly determine one's life, both one's current life and one's future life. So, again, the two doctrines which are the samara and karma. Samara, which means the cycle of rebirth, and karma, which means the eternal cost of law, cost and effect. And now, let's proceed to the Trimurti or Trinity. Trimurti is a concept in Hinduism in which the cosmic functions of creation, maintenance, and destructions are personated by the forms of Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer or transformer. These three gods have been called the Hindu triad or the Great Trinity, that often addressed as Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. So three gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Brahma, the creator, and Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer or the transformer. And now, let's move on to the Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma, it is the original name of Hinduism, known also as the eternal teaching. Sanatana Dharma, it is a code of ethics, a way of living through which one may achieve enlightenment. Sanatana, it is the world's most ancient culture and the social, spiritual, and religious tradition of almost 1 billion of the Earth's inhabitants. Three golden rules of Hinduism. First is, who is helping you, do not forget them. This first golden rule reminds us today during this time of pandemic that if someone extend their hands to reach out you, to help you, to show empathy towards to you, who is compassionate towards you, you should not abandon them or forget them. Instead, you should owe them and doing the things back to them. Second golden rule is, who is loving you, do not hate them. This golden rule, it is remind us that if someone loves you, no matter what kind of relationship it is, you should reciprocate their loves and doing what is good, that is communicate properly and be compassionate to that people. Next and the last golden rule is, who is trusting you, do not cheat them. So, if someone trusts you, they trust you 100%, you should not do bad things or you should not cheat them because it is kind of betrayal. If someone trusts you, trust yourself also. Respect everything. Respect yourself and respect to them. For you to build a harmonious relationship through trusting. So, those are the three golden rules of Hinduism. First is, who is helping you, do not forget them. Second is, who is loving you, do not hate them. And third is, who is trusting you, do not cheat them. And now, let's proceed to the Hindu educational views. Hindu educational system. In ancient India, the child followed the occupation of his father, and that is the educational system. In the said country. Next is the aims of education. Hindu, the aims of education is were to provide good training to young men and women in the performance of their social, economic, and religious duties. Also preservation and enrichment of culture, character, and personality development and cultivation of novel ideas. On Shiksha or education as value-based worthwhile learning or Chinta Mani Yogi. Hindus believe that through education, one can attain the skills essential for living, survival, but Vidya is attained for life. Through Shiksha, one can become successful, but having Vidya is having the ability to attain wisdom. Thus, not all educated individuals are necessarily buddhiman or wise. The current usage of the term Vidya includes the following. First, to attain knowledge, as in Vidya, prap karma, to learn about something in a specific field or area. Second, to provide knowledge, as in Vidya Pradhan Karma, which is to teach. Next is to concentrate in studies, as in Vidya Pardyandiya Karo, it means be devoted towards studies. The formal education system, as an in Vidya Pradhan Karna Bahut Zaruhi Hai, it is very important to attain knowledge. Again, for Hindus, education it is a worthwhile learning. So through education, person can attain the skills essential for living and survival. And Vidya, it is the attain for life. Let's move on to the last part, which is conclusion. Therefore, I conclude that the importance of education has been seen in all cultures throughout the Pacific and world, but the case of this to a pearl world is simply because of issues such as communication gap, as well as decontextualization of culture in schools. The inhabitation of intercultural information exchange in schools makes teaching and learning difficult for our Pacific students who are being taught in a foreign language, which is English. I believe that if our curriculums are modified in a more culturally democratic way, multicultural island nations such as Fiji will benefit a lot. So as a future educators, it is our responsibility to understand our students' cultural background and design our lessons as such that it benefits as such as one and all. That's all for the Eastern philosophies, and that is Hinduism.